Not only is the losing streak over, but there's a winning streak going now.
They're singing, go, Cubs, go! Go, Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
How about that? 10-game losing streak, terrible. Absolutely terrible. But there's a winning streak again. And we're now on the plus side of that. 2 wins to end the series and even it up in a 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm David Butler, and this is Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review along with a comment or two on YouTube or if you're listening on any audio platform. The Pittsburgh Pirates preview. It was a terrible first couple games. Ben Brown pitched his mind out and still didn't get the win. They lost 2-1. He was amazing. Trent Thornton gave up a home run. That was unfortunate. But to me, that wasn't what lost that game for them. It was the fact that they couldn't hit still and get anything going offensively. And then they couldn't again Tuesday, and Jordan Wicks didn't give them a chance in hell to win anyway. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to expect them to win. The Pirates scored 12 runs in that game. Just crazy, atrocious. I felt really bad for Jordan. I'm not sure that Jordan's got enough velocity. I don't know. He pitches again in this next series. We'll see how that goes. I've listened to some interviews with Jordan and seen them do some other things. And I really like the attitude that the young man has. I'm just not sure that he is a major league pitcher. And I feel horrible saying that. But realities are realities. And it is what it is, right? So we'll see. Like I said, hopefully I'm wrong. I had high hope for him in 24. I think it was 24. But he didn't pitch great last year, and he's had a lot of injury issues. He's really solid at AAA most of the time. I worry that he's a 4A player and not a major leaguer, at least an impactful one on a winning team. So I hope that's wrong, that I'm wrong on that. I know the intent is just for him to be like a big depth guy. He was 10th on the chart going into this season, and the fact that we're down to him, that's crazy. That's just crazy. But it's a whole other ball game. I mean, obviously Assad is still in AAA. He's not pitching great either right now. So, I do agree with sticking with Jordan for another start or two, even. But there's good news with Matthew Boyd as well that we'll talk about more about. After those first 2 games, though, the Cubs exploded for 10 runs, 6 in the 7th on Wednesday night, and Ian Happ had a game for the ages. His 3rd ever 5 RBI game with a home run and a double. We got good Ian going again right now. He had a hell of a game again tonight. I ride it while we can.
Go, Cubs, go!
That's right. Go Cubs, go. Ride it while we can, but I hate how streaky this guy is. But right now, we're just going to enjoy it and keep riding it. So, JMO struggled. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good on Wednesday night. And like I said, Ben Brown, fantastic. Colin Ray did well tonight. I was hoping he'd go a little deeper, be able to get a little deeper in the game. Given where the game was at the time, I understood why Craig pulled him at 5 1/3. It sucks that we end up giving up that run still anyway, but I understand the thought process with that. So, the relievers doing really good. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We got some news and notes. Aaron Bummer was signed to a minor league deal after being released by the Braves. He has a history of being very good with the White Sox and then with the Braves in 24 and 25. However, He was released by the Braves because he has a 7.63 ERA in 2026. His velocity in 19 or in two geez, 19 in 2023, his velocity was as high as 94, 95 miles an hour. And this year it's averaging like 90.3 miles per hour. It's fastball. That's terrible. So I think this is just a hey, maybe we can figure something out and get it going again. I don't expect much to come from this, to be honest. The Cubs already have one of the, if not the lowest velocity pitching staffs in the major leagues. So none of that is good. We don't need to add to it and make it even worse. But if they can get something with that and kind of work something out, and maybe he can kind of come up in the second half, I don't know. I'm not holding out hope, but I thought because of his past pedigree, it's worth bringing up. Speaking of velocity, the Cubs need more of it. That's what they need to be looking for. I don't care how bad, like if the guy can throw 97, 98 miles an hour, let's give him a chance. Because that's how terrible our velocity is right now. And then Justin News got some good news earlier this week. He went and saw Dr. Meister again and has been cleared to ramp up and start doing more rehab things again. I mean, it's going to be a minimal, it's still a long process before he is able to get back to where he was throwing and pitching again. So, caution, but first steps are first steps, right? So, I think that the intent is hopefully he'll be back after the All-Star break, but that's just if everything goes right. So, I think it's a good idea not to expect a ton, and then we can hope for the best and be pleasantly surprised later on. The offense over these last 17 games, not including tonight, because I prepped for this before actually during the game, but not including tonight, the offense is not the only part of the team that's been struggling. But in the last 17 games, it has been hitting 191, which is 29th in the major leagues, 50 runs, and that included 10 runs last night on Wednesday night. So they had only scored 40 runs in the previous 16 games. That's terrible. We all know that. That is tied for 28th in the majors. And the OPS is also 29th in the majors. Only Colorado is behind in all three categories, and they're playing terrible. Oh my God, that's a terrible offense. However, somehow the offense is still in the top 10 for runs per game. That's kind of crazy to me. The starting pitching is also 29th in ERA with a 7.07 and a league leading 22 home runs allowed. That's alarming. And the bullpen has been 10th in the majors at a 2.95 ERA. So at least the bullpen is doing their part. Outside of a few games, the defense has been pretty solid, to good, to at times great. Starting pitching's got to get figured out. And a huge part of that is just bringing guys in who are healthy. But the offense needs to do more of their part to help kind of lighten that burden. I mean, they both need to do more parts to lighten the burden on each other. We continuously, during that 10-game winning or losing streak, we're behind right away. I mean, just behind immediately. And so that just puts more pressure on the offense, and it's never going to be a good thing if they're pressing. So just things like it's not just one thing. And that's why I questioned, given the current state, is it wise to trade too many assets, minor league assets, for pitching? Do we think that would really be the end-all be-all? If we do, like, the offense needs to show going forward that they're not going to slump this bad. All of them. Everybody but Michael Busch was slumping. And that's just terrible. And now they're all kind of coming out of it. I really like Pete at the top. He's not hitting for the slug, but he's getting on. And I saw somebody tweet tonight because he's trying to stretch a single into a double. Just know that you can steal the next base, young man, on the next pitch. Steal the base. You don't have to always stretch. I like the aggressiveness, but it wasn't like he made a hell of a slide to make it a close call. He really should have been thrown out easy. That's how, like, he just wasn't all that close outside of making that nice slide. He made a nice slide again at home, the swim slide, to be safe. And that's great, but we can't do that all the time. Can't do it all the time. We got to play a little smart sometimes too. All right, I'll stop rambling. St. Louis Cardinals preview. Cardinals come into the series at 29-25. The Cubs are now a half a game ahead of them, second place by themselves. After losing 10 of the last 12, I'll take that right now. You know what I mean? But the Cardinals coming into the series at 29-25. They have, however, lost 4 in a row and are 3-7 in their last 10. They just came off a sweep by the Milwaukee Brewers. They are 15th in runs per game with 4.35, while the Cubs are currently 7th for the season at 4.73. The Cardinals team bullpen is 4.33, 20th in the league, and the Cubs are 4.16, 19th in the league. They should have improved a little bit after tonight, but not by much. These starters, these are all going to be 7 o'clock or a little bit later games. On Friday will be the only televised game by Marquee. Saturday and Sunday are both national broadcasted games. On Friday night is Shota Imanaga, left-handed pitcher, 4-5 with a 4.04 ERA, going against Kyle Leahy, a 5-3 record but a 4.44 ERA. On Saturday, we got Ben Brown.
Go Cubs, go!
He is 1-2 with a 2.01 ERA against Andre Palante, who is 5-4 with a 3.76 ERA. That will be on Fox. And on Sunday night on Peacock, Jordan Wicks 0-1 with a 16.62 ERA against Matthew Liberatore, a 2-3 with a 4.76 ERA. Has not pitched great. Cubs have had left-handers numbers pretty good so far this season, so hopefully that's where we can give a lot of offensive protection for Jordan because he may need that. The offense is led by Jordan Walker, who is just playing out of his mind right now. He has a 944 OPS, followed by Ivan Herrera with an 813 OPS, and Alec Burleson, who is a Cub killer notoriously, at a 797 OPS. The main guys in their bullpen, Gordon Gracefo, who's right-handed pitcher with a 1.65 ERA, Jojo Ramiro, who is their closer, a left-handed pitcher with a 2.81 ERA, and Riley O'Brien, a right-hander with a 2.96 ERA. Sorry to cut this short and sweet. I have to get up early in the morning. I apologize, but thank you very much for listening. I'm David Butler. We appreciate you listening to Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. Woohoo! And leave us a 5-star review and some comments on YouTube and or any of our audio platforms. Everybody have a great night, and let's go Cubs.
Go Cubs, go!